45% win rate total, the mid win rate is usually like 57% or something. And I feel like it's just because the pace that you can set from mid is insane. Like you can TP to towers literally before anybody can even clear your treants. And you get this like massive net worth lead, and you can farm anywhere on the map and TP in without stealing your carry's farm. And you're always a +1. You're incredibly active. You don't need runes to do it. You can also TP to runes and send treants to runes. Like this is an underrated mid hero for sure.
Yeah, for all those reasons that you mentioned, you know, it does hit a power spike quite early. You also have a great ultimate that's able to be global, the teleportation, all of that stuff. I also just want to shout out the fact that Dubu had like 100 and something games, or rather, the win-loss on him. This is a dead Saber Light, but I did see one. There it is. There's the first blood. It's going to go over to Kaka. But I think his win rate was like 124 to 47 or something. He has a lot of Warlock games. Yeah, it showed up on the
oh my god
screen.
That's sickening.
It's disgusting.
Dude,
he's played that many games and he's got that kind of a win rate, so clearly knows what he's doing with this hero.
He is very good at Warlock for sure. Absolutely monstrous at dominating the lane. Dubu is so annoying for that. He's probably my most hated guy to play against in NA. I know I say that a lot on the NA DBC. Like Dubu is so frustrating to play against, and I feel like Warlock is one of these heroes. If played by a good hero, a good player, it can feel very frustrating to lane into. Despite it being like mostly a healing sort of harass guy, it just feels like a buzzkill. You know what I mean? Like you can never kill anybody. And he went boots just so he can stay in a good position. Boots first on Warlock.
I think that makes sense, right? When you consider what his kit has to offer. I do like the fact that they went for the boots, because you are up against a Razor, and you have to be very, very careful in your positioning. Because does Kaka have something specific on his tusk? Like,
yes,
I'm getting some weird particles.
Yes, he does. That is a very expensive set. In like a glitched set that I don't even think you can get those anymore. I like the boots on Dubu because I feel like his Naga is not going to need any healing or help really. And the only way for RNG to punish this lane because of the last pick Naga is if they kill Dubu. So he gets boots to prevent that entirely. Like his job is to just not die down there.
Should be pretty successful in that, knowing how many games he has played on this particular hero. But Kaka's just going to do some cheeky creep manipulation, cut the wave, force Tomato to hit underneath tower. Never feels super great.
And Dubu did get the range creep though to the hard camp. That's pretty big. The lane will come back though because of Kaka's wave cutting. But Dubu gets a deny, so they're pretty happy with that.
I'm curious now because they ended up, you know, sending this Tusk down to the bottom lane, and we talked about how Marcy is just so good paired up with Razor. I wonder why they opted to do that.
Something about Tusk Kunkka just seems really bad. Like I don't see where the synergy is between those heroes at all. Whereas I feel like Marcy Kunkka feels a lot better. I think it's probably that. And Tusk Razor is good as well. I mean, it's probably not as good as like a Marcy Razor, but it's really close. Like Tusk with any ranged hero is going to be really good because you can actually use the tag team. So yeah, I think these are just better lanes, but it's like largely based on the Kunkka.
That makes sense then. It's just they want to give yourself a better lane here. Is in the top lane to get the dispose off over onto Saberlight. Just gonna have to try to chase after him here, but Moon Meander, of course, hitting them with the Fade Bolt. Reduce a bit of that damage here, and was looking to get the final hit on this Courier, which looks like he's gonna be able to do, so. A nice turnaround here coming out for the side of TSM.
Saberlight is quite...
Another rebound.
Quite low, though.
Gonna toss back again, like we said, but they have the lift from Moon. It's gonna be able to protect. And I have a feeling this is just going to be a rinse and repeat kind of lane. So if Saberlight gets a little too low, most likely they'll be able to find a kill. But Moon Meander's in a very good position. Still has himself a Mango too, if necessary. He can go and protect. And look at this, yeah. Xnova is like, all right, I've had enough of this. We're gonna turn our attention to Moon Meander. No, he still doesn't have that lift up just yet. So they're trying to punish him as much as possible.
They're trying to do the combo. I mean, I can see why they laned it like this because there's actually potential for a combo, whereas with Tusk, there's not so much. But it's so hard for them.
Even fortify the creep wave here.
The stupid thing about Marcy is like how many abilities you can cast before you're out of mana. You just every time your skills are off cooldown, you can just go and it's a good trade. It's always
Does
a good
feel pretty
trade.
good. Marcy enjoyer over here.
Sickening.
I like Dawnbreaker better though, personally.
That is disgusting. You need to relax. This is a PG stream. Somnus is dumpstering the mid lane. 12 denies. Nature's Prophet doesn't really lose mid lanes too much because you get those high levels in the treants and have lots of extra damage to work with.
Taka chasing after Duba's courier. Be able to get that removal. And Tomato is doing all right down here, but he's sitting real low in terms of health.
I was gonna say with this lane, like I feel like people pick illusion heroes to deal with Razor because it's like decent against the static link. You can just outpush the lane, but everybody's maxing plasma field now anyway, which does a lot of like generic harass damage, like enough that you just win almost any lane with Razor. Yeah, look, he clears the illusions just like that.
Yeah, I mean that is a way to deal with what Tomato's got going on here. We are seeing the point of that Shadow Word getting picked up to kind of help Tomato up because he is taking a decent amount of damage from the plasma field each time.
And Dubu gets his juicy stack off and pull, which is the dream.
Oh, does get cleaned up here by Chalice. Get the Fatal Bonds off though. Tomato put a little bit of that pressure over here. The Nature's Prophet ultimate coming through, but they get the kill on Min Meander. And the other lane, as Saberlight is getting chased around his tower. The rebound from X Nova. They're chasing them into the trees. They have the TP from Somnus. They'll get a couple clicks off. That's a dead Saberlight.
Yeah, that's the power of the Nature's mid. 5 minutes in, you're able to press that ult that does way more damage than anybody has in HP. I've even seen it like almost one-shot somebody at this point as Moon gets jumped on. Can they do the combo? Yes, they can.
Yes, they can. There it is. Gets the lift, but he's still going to die to X Nova. So this top lane going very, very well for the side of Roll Never Give Up. And Somnus making this mid Nature's Prophet look very, very good.
Yeah, and there's a big juicy creep wave there too for his Tusk to take in the meantime when he's making this rotation towards top.
Well, does have himself a double damage. He's got it bottled up. He's got himself a bounty. Would like to see him perhaps try to get a gank off here. Dubu not necessarily the best partner for this, but Bryle popping the double damage. Waits patiently because I can see that there's a teleport coming in. Sip over, finds himself Ghost. Dubu getting into position. The snowball, though. The stun over onto Bryle. They'll turn the attention back onto Ghost. Love to get themselves this kill. And there's going to be the TP, though, coming out from Somnus. Bryle, he's out of mana. He's out of life, even. So that, again, going very, very badly for the side of TSM.
I hate to be that guy, but if that was Old Storm, he would have been perfectly fine there.
Yeah.
I feel like he did a few zips and he's just completely out of mana. They don't even need any disables for him. Yeah.
Why don't we see this Nature's Prophet mid more often? Because for all the reasons that you mentioned earlier, like, this is a great hero that's able to provide a lot early on for the tempo. Tomato. A little bit blocked off here. They'll get this kill on Tomato easily. Dubu having to teleport away, realizing they don't have anything canceled. Although Chalice is doing a decent amount of click damage to him, though. Oof.
Yeah, he's chunking. It's Nature's mid. I mean, like I said, I personally think it's underrated in general. I think it's better than people think it is, but there is a problem of he does lack disable. So if you go to a side lane that's not a Beastmaster, if like, I don't know, you go to a side lane and there's like, I'm just thinking of heroes that are mid heroes, like Queen of Pain, like Sand King, for example. Like, you're not going to really be able to gank a Sand King as well as you are a Beastmaster. It's a lot of these mid laners like have stuns. That's a big reason. Some like hard lockdown, and Nature's Prophet doesn't have that without items. But even with that being said, like I feel like still it's very strong as a mid.
Yeah, I definitely value the capability of being able to easily push lanes. I mean, I just feel like today has been the Nature's Prophet show too. We got the chance to watch the Hawk earlier, do some very fun stuff. Also with the way how clinically they played on that particular game with Tundra, you know, just making that rotation around, what was that, like the 7-minute mark or so, over to the mid lane to get a gank, to get a tower, and that's just wash, rinse, repeat. Slightly different this time because it is a mid-natures, but he's being very active, and this is exactly what I was hoping to see from RNG, is just to get very, very aggressive and to put the pressure down.
Yeah, they're destroying. 3K gold lead at 8 minutes, and this is with making rotations. Like usually when you make rotations to these towers like this, especially when it's that offlane tower, you like lose gold. Like usually you don't have the gold lead because it's an eventual gold lead you get, right? It's like getting a tower is an investment. So they have this gold lead, but then they also have towers. So the momentum is definitely very much in their favor.
I mean, the later that this goes, the better chance that TSM has. Obviously, with the Naga Siren, this Beastmaster is going to become very much an issue. And then your Storm will get those items that'll make it much easier for him to get what he wants done. But on the flip side of that, it's just, do they have that time? How do they make that time is the next question. Because when you have a lead like this over on the side of Royal Never Give Up, it's going to be more difficult for you to try to swing it back around, I feel.
Warlock ulti is a timing. They have the Beastmaster Dom now, so that's something.
Zip forward. You see themselves next Nova. They get the roar off over onto Marcy, so they'll end up losing X Nova. They're silenced over onto the Storm. There's going to be a snowball rolling his way. Does have that little bit of mana though. He's going to be able to turn back around. Moon Meander giving off a couple clicks and zip forward over onto Kaka. They'll throw out the axes. Bryle's giving himself a double kill, and he is X'd up though, so that little bit of leap there with that mana is going to get wasted as Ghost now will try to teleport out, and he's going to be able to do it. Good use of the arcane room, though.
Yeah, that's the one way to make Storm feel like previous patch Storm, is getting the arcane rune, because the way the mana cost reduction stacked was not additively, it was diminishing. So if you had an arcane rune and a bunch of nulls, it would be, you know, not that much better than just an arcane rune, not by like a huge degree. So yeah, when you have arcane, this hero feels very strong. And also, Saberlight picked up a mana aura creep for the Storm too, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, even better. That's one thing that I've always really liked about TSM, whether it's Dubu playing, you know, the Chen, or you've got Saberlight playing the Beastmasters. They pick very interesting creeps a lot of the times. It's not the standard, you know, just always going centaurs. They have a rhyme and a reason and a method of madness and like a weird potpourri of different types of creeps, especially when Dubu is playing the Chen.
I was gonna say, I think that's an influence of Dubu Enchantress, is that when he was playing a lot of that, the creeps had been buffed, and so a lot of his ideas are towards that hero are probably like what creeps you use in what situation. Doom is the same. Like I think if you're playing these heroes, it actually helps you a lot to know what the jungle creeps do, because the auras and the things that they provide now are it's very effective. Like it feels situationally like almost any creep is good. Like the break creep is legit. I've been broken on Bristleback and I get ganked and just die because I don't have the Bristleback passive, you know, trying to farm an easy camp. It's like, what the hell?
I mean, even with the Harpies, right, when they had that change, and then the rally creeps, Bryle realizing something doesn't seem quite right, they weren't able to get that X off on him, so he'll just zip away, and Dubu is standing nearby to provide any sort of support, does have that Katic offering if they decide to hard jump on them there, and...
Bryle's got a regen, okay. Speaking of ways to make Storm feel like the old Storm, this is another one. These are the 2 runes.
And the plasma field over onto Chalice. Saberlight still standing nearby. Kaka going in for the roar, but Somnus going onto the back line. Should be able to get the clicks off over onto Moon. And the follow-up with the Chaotic offering. They had the zip in from Bryle. He's clicking away. Wants his kill on Chalice. He'll find it. Saberlight sitting a bit low, but they have the Shadow Word. Gonna follow up with the boat. It should be enough to get rid of Saberlight. The disposal coming up from X Nova. He almost survives. Oh my goodness. What a play there.
Yeah, that ice shards into torrent boat dispose, that was insane. I mean, that's just really nice comboing. And unfortunately, because of all of the like random damage sources that were going on in that fight, Bryle was not confident in pressing the regen rune. He still has it in the bottle. So he just completely ran out of mana and then was overcommitted and could not press the regen because he was taking too much damage. Like he would have instantly gotten canceled.
I mean, on the bright side for TSM, They have made some space for Naga, so Tomato continues to farm, but you can also see the net worth right now favoring the side of RNG. 6.9k on a Nature's Prophet, and then the 6.2 on Kunkka.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that is the one thing TSM has going for them. Like, Naga is a, like, 3-item hero. You don't really want to show up before then. Whereas Razor, Kunkka, and Storm, or sorry, Razor, Kunkka, and Nature's Prophet, I feel like all of these heroes, they get, like, 1 item or none, and they're perfectly okay showing up to fights. Like, Kunkka, as long as Boat is off cooldown, he wants to go. Razor, he doesn't really have cooldowns. Like, maybe you could argue the BKB, but that's a 1-item timing. Nature's Orchid, you want to show up to fights. Like, Tomato has no business showing up to any fights, so he's like, all right, good job, guys. You're like, you know, I'm farming. You're like doing okay in fights. Whatever. See you guys in 2 items.
Well, we've got the Asha completed for Tomato, so he's making his way there. Moon is, he's gonna go grab himself a little something here from Chalice. It's gonna be the Plasma Field. Use that to help him farm a bit. And there is a smoke here, Kaka. They do find Dubu over in the top lane. A couple clicks here should be more than enough to get rid of this pesky Warlock. And Somnus is now dominating as Bryle teleports away.
It's funny that even with that pick, TSM is... They're the ones that are like... The gold lead is going in their favor. It's like swinging between like 3k and 4k when it was solidly at 4k for RNG. Because Tomato is just like flash farming the map, and so is Bryle. Bryle, very unlucky, by the way, does not get the Fairy's Trinket. They did not get that. He's working with the pig pole, so that's very sad. Storm loses some of his power when you don't get that item.
Oh, he's just got to play it on hard mode, that's all here.
Yeah. He's on like nightmare mode or something, you know.
Nightmare mode.
Could
I
be
don't know
worse.
About nightmare mode, yeah.
Nightmare mode is like you're against a silencer and he's like stolen a bunch of your int. That's like nightmare mode.
Yeah, that's playing it as a Dark Souls game then.
Damn, they just smoked on a ward. It died right after too, so if TSM was paying any attention, they know that this is a smoke that they were seeing. And they're gonna go
look at the way
anyway.
that they're grouping up. Well, they have they'll send Marcy in first. X-Nova gonna get dragged back, but the teleports around. The Chaos Offering gets dropped, does manage to collect over onto Kaka. But now we've got Chalice who's teleported over here to the mid lane. They want to protect this tower. They have to get rid of this Cardi here to finish it off. But while this is going on, Saberlight in the top lane continues to push. So they've got the attention in the mid lane, and they'll force them to come top as well. Now, as Ghost just gonna X himself, try to clear up some of these creeps in the Cardi, and go right back. Double damage, though, picked up by Bryle. Picked that up happily, so again, not nightmare mode.
That's kind of cool from TSM that they get scouted in the smoke and they know that they're scouted in the smoke, but they still like try to connect the smoke to the mid tower because it's low enough that they thought that they could just blitz it, even though RNG knows that they were going there. As RNG, they're looking to blitz the mid tower themselves.
They are indeed. They're hoping that they could get a pick off too, but got all 5 heroes over here in the mid lane. The fortification gets used.
Ghost.
Again, Ghost every time is just like, gosh dang it, this Saberlight with his pesky critters.
I'm just realizing now, Ghost has got boots of travel. I just realized that. So he's really looking to like stay with his team and do this X shenanigans, dealing with like the beast split push. Because with Naga, Storm, Beast, like all 3 of these heroes want to just sit in lanes and split push. I think that's a really good choice to go for boots of travel, even with the Nature's Prophet, who has global wave pushing ability. Like, double down on it, sure. It makes sense in this game.
They just send everybody except for Ghost to this top lane to deal with the Beastmaster. They are just had enough of Saberlight. But they go for their own smoke play. See if maybe someone's home in the triangle. Get some sort of a pick off so they can open up that mid tower. Yeah, Kaka's got his blink now, so they're trying to get something done with this. Blink reveal. I don't know if the Hawk scouted it before the smoke was off, but it looks like either way, TSM is well aware of the smoke coming in, especially because of this ward that's getting hit behind the tower. That probably doesn't help. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I wonder where they are. Still, neither mid tower goes down. We're just both teams just unwilling to give up the mid tower, but also unwilling to really take any big fight around it. Again, Naga just wants to continue to farm, have that space. Do you have the Manta style completed? Going for the Agnum Scepter. Looks like next.
That is the correct build always on Naga. That item is incredibly strong. I feel like Naga for the longest time was this very boring carry that would just split push lanes, get very tanky, the illusions would never die, and it's like, aha, you can never kill me. It's like, well, yeah, but you can never end the game, dude, so I don't know what to tell you, you know? With the Agnum Scepter, the way that you end the game is you kill somebody. You can ensnare through BKB, you can ensnare in the Song of the Siren and set up on heroes like, you know, Storm, who would or Tusk, who can snowball, like heroes like this. So it's like a kill item, and people usually go for Bloodthorn as well and just play to like kill heroes to end the game, which is an actual way to end rather than just being tanky.
It is indeed. What TI was that where it was just nonstop Naga Siren?
Oh,
like
every TI.
Single game.
Every TI, dude. Yeah, that's every TI.
That or like the, what was it? There was also the Alchemist where he was getting the Radiance Manta and just split pushing the entire time.
Yeah, the Radiance Manta Octarine. Was it Burning that started that? It was like was it DK, or am I thinking back to too many years?
I don't know.
I think it was DK's mid. Whoever was mid for them. Maybe it wasn't.
I have
DK.
a pause. You could look it up right now.
Yeah, I could, but it's way more fun to
to just speculate wildly.
To ponder, yeah, to ponder.
Understood.
I mean, I don't even know how I would Google search something like that. Was it DK's mid?
What do you mean?
What would okay, exactly like what would you type in then?
So you would type in like TI, like, and go through all of the old. You'd think of like, okay, was it TI3 or?
And go through all of them? How long is that going to take?
I don't know. I figure it might jog your memory.
If it takes 5 minutes or 2 minutes for each TI, that's 20 minutes already. If it takes 30 seconds, that's 10 minutes. That's what I'm saying. If this is where AI comes in, you just say,
Jake, you have one job.
All right, AI, tell me this thing. You know, then it does it.
We found the big boy Philly over on the side of TSM, so one of these Esports gonna be very happy.
Doo-boo.
And Saberlight is getting chased around here. They walk into Kaka. No one has any detection though.
I wonder if he heard the axes like hit somebody on the way back. Because it makes a noise. I wonder if we can hear that and they can't.
I feel like that'd be a pretty big cue to listen for. They saw the bump though. They definitely bumped into him.
Yeah, it's hard to notice that though when you're just out in the open.
True. When you're playing, there's so many other things that you're focused on.
I feel like Kaka's running around with this Fairy's Trinket just to spite Bryle, just to show him like, yeah, I got one. This is useless on Tusk, but I'm still rocking the Fairy's Trinket. Oh, that's
they found X Nova though. I'll get a nice pick off here.
Right in front of Roche. Tomato has the damage. Does not have an Aghanim Scepter completed yet.
And it's pretty difficult for them to kind of approach this here, coming out from the side of RNG, because they siren with the song. In fact, yeah, look at this. Because Somnus and the bottom lane, he's going to try to put pressure on this tower. They realize that they can't really fight against this, so it's going to be a Aegis of the Immortal for Bryle. One of the best carriers for that Aegis, the Storm Spirit.
I got a question for you, Moxie. Click to the bottom lane and... Oh, never mind. Wait until Somnus summons Treants.
Okay.
It'll be 18 seconds roughly, unless he presses Sprout, which I think he's about to. No, he's standing there doing nothing. I see.
Yep. You debated our observer, too. Way to go, Jenkins.
Pontificating. Where shall I go next? It'll be top. I'll go get some juicy farm up there.
All right, there they are. Yeah, the big mushroom boys.
Did these look like they want to die more than the Halloween ones?
No, these just look angry. The Halloween ones look like they're in pain.
I see. Okay.
Do you see the difference?
I do. I understand. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that. That makes sense.
You're welcome. We got the big ancient granite golem and the AoE heal here. So this tower, they don't have to do really anything to it over on the side of TSM other than just send some of these creeps. They're smoked up. They're hoping they can grab Saberlight maybe on the way out.
Yeah, they're looking for the trade for the tower. Like they don't want to just give it away for nothing. Saberlight's showing.
He is showing. They're turning back around because they have the zip forward here from Bryle right into this boat, though. They were so prepared for this. The silence over on Bryle. The Aegis is going to get popped. They go when they drop the chaotic offering. Follow up with the roar. Nova, though, running back in with the dispose, throwing Saberlight right back in the zip forward. They'll get the kill on Takaka. Now Ghost popping that BKB is trying to run. They're trying to body block using the Granite Golem, but he's just not quite fast enough. As we do get the Song of the Siren here from Tomato, they'll throw out the net and they'll throw out plenty of damage to kill the Razor.
All right, that was really sick from Tomato. So he just Song of the Siren, not in the middle of the fight, at the edge of the fight, so they could just isolate Chalice. And the whole fight was going on, and Chalice couldn't get there because he was songed. And then so the fight progresses, RNG has to back out, and then Chalice is still songed. Tomato doesn't use his root. He waits until the song is over, so Chalice has to BKB, and then he roots the BKB. It's just like a nice outplay.
Yes, indeed, and we can see the power of the Nature's Prophet. Although when you have a Storm Spirit like this, it is going to make things a little difficult. But again, like I said, the power of the Nature's Prophet. Look at this, man. Look at this Psalmist, Nature's Prophet. They tried to gank him, and they were the ones getting ganked.
Dude, Moon tried to dispose, he tried to dispose Somnus, but he disposed Bryle instead. It actually would have made the difference. That damage, that's crazy. Oh man, that's unfortunate. He had the stolen dispose, and he misclicked it.
These things happen, yeah. I can see the replay on this. The zip forward from Bryle. You have a fight going on in the game, so Tomato does get picked off by Somnus.
Oh god, I don't want to watch that again. Get that off. Get it off. That is pain. That is a solo double kill.
Yeah.
Oh man, and did that transition into Bryle went or Tomato went down?
I mean, Tomato died to Somnus.
And Somnus is going to be huge. I think I've been saying Chalice because he's Nature's Prophet, but Somnus is massive.
There he is again. He's found himself Saberlight, and Saberlight has found pretty much all of RNG over here, so he is not going to be allowed to continue his movements here in this top part of the map. Not right now, anyways, as Somnus continues to put pressure down. He's got those Shroomy boys making their way over, and they were chasing a bit. Kaka blinking forward, hoping he can grab someone, but they're just a little bit too fast. And they're not going to be able to get their hands on anyone else on the side of TSM. Not yet, anyways.
TSM needs a pause, man. Like, that was just bleeding deaths after
they already paused. I think Bryle had to go to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, they need another bathroom break, I think. Because it's not even that bad for them. But RNG is just, like, running them over in the last couple of minutes from that double kill that we saw. And RNG, like, they smell blood. You can tell that they're just running around. They're like, well, these guys are crumbling.
Clear sailing now.
God, do you see it? I'm just so impressed with the way that Somnus is playing right now. And I know that he is, like, you know, the flashy mid player. This is a guy who's going to be able to carry games from the mid lane. But just even, you know, he went top, he went and he sprouted the Granite Golem, and then immediately after just turned the rest of those trees over into his greater treants. Like, he's just being super efficient, and it's really fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and he's feeling himself. I mean, after that solo double kill, it's like he doesn't even need a carry. He can just 1v5. And this hero, I mean, he's got some stat gains on him. He's got the best total stat gains in the game.
Well, this is a nice pick off. They do manage to get Kaka, but it is just a support. It's TSM trying to take over this triangle area. Maybe put some more pressure over here on this bottom tier 1 that's still up. But they're really moving together, aside from Tomato, right? Because Tomato does have, he's got Song of the Siren, he's got the Orchid, so he's got a little bit more freedom here. But otherwise, they're running pretty tightly together because they don't want to get picked off by this combination of Somnus +1.
Yeah, Marcy, Tusk, like, Kunkka, all of these heroes, very effective at jumping people around the map. So there's a lot of, like, heroes for Somnus to be a +1 with as well. That's why it feels pretty scary for TSM. And also, it's kind of this thing as well where, like, Naga takes all of the farm on the map and pushes all the waves anyway. So you don't really have to split up for any reason. It just doesn't make any sense, you know? You don't have to push the wave. She'll do it all for you. So you can go group as 4 and feel pretty comfortable.
We do have the BKB completed now for Somnus. So he is just kitted now. He's got a BKB. He's got the Orchid. got a full Mjolnir. Do you get the zip in though? They're gonna see if they can make a play over to Chalice. Good roar coming out, but the snowball gonna be able to buy them just enough time to keep Chalice alive for the time being. They'll turn around, big walrus punch coming out. They'll kill Saberlight, and now Tomato. They have the BKB on Ghost. They've already lost Dubu. Gonna have to throw the net out and try to walk away. But the blink forward coming out from Kaka, they want this. There's gonna be the orc and the zip forward from Brian. They're gonna see if they can get this kill, and they will be able to find the disposal coming up from X Nova as Ghost jumping back in. They'll be able to get the kill on Naga. Somnus joining in now, waiting patiently for this Storm Spirit to land. Somnus is godlike. Somebody stop this man.
Yeah, he's got the leash talent now because he's level 20. Like from this insane early to mid game that he's been having, he's super high level. As a result, yeah, Bryle, he has a Yule, so he's like using himself to deal with the Orchid, and he just comes out and he's leashed anyway. So yeah, he's just screwed. That snowball save, by the way, was amazing from Kaka. Completely hard carried the fight. Chalice was actually able to heal himself up with 21 charges, get his BKB off. He got netted, and he has the Lotus for that too. So just barely escaping, but it's enough. Turns the entire fight. And then they just slowly chase Tomato down from that turnaround. Kaka tries to go for more. Unfortunately goes down, but the beautiful double dispose there on Tomato ends up killing Bryle as well.
It's really well played coming out from the side of RNG.
Somnus is a big juicy boy. He's doing very well in this game.
Drums are getting popped. They've got the boat, the axe on Tomato. He does not have anything to protect himself with, so all 5 heroes will be able to take down this Naga Siren. As you can see Dubu in the tree line, like, please don't look here. Please don't look here.
That camp is just the like trap for carry players, honestly. They feel like they need to get out of the base and farm something. And they go to that camp, and all of a sudden it was being camped by RNG.
Smoke play coming out from the side of RNG. They're gonna go comb through this triangle area. We'll see the courier going by, so they know that somebody's up here. They're placing up the vision. I have a feeling that their eyes are on this Roche over here that has respawned. This is, of course, the second Roche, so you're gonna be able to get yourself an Aghanim Shard. And boy, they are making quick work of this.
Let's see, who's got a good Aghanim Shard? Probably Ghost takes it, I would imagine, for the tidal wave.
Gonna be a waterbender?
Yep. The other ones are kind of useless. Kaka, as he gets the ice thing. That's weird, yeah.
Rubik got the trees.
I saw that, yeah. He got Sprout, and he's got Egg Shard.
Those are some big trees.
Yeah. But, you know, once again, it's funny, because, like, he doesn't need to split push in this game just because he's got 3 cores that are doing that anyway. So in any other game, it would be like, all right, split pushing action for Rubik. But in this game, it doesn't matter so much. Like, they're already fine on wave pushing.
Satanic completed it for Somnus. This man, I don't think he's gonna die this game, Jenkins. I think it's gonna be very, very difficult for them to get this kill with an Aegis, with a BKB, with a Satanic.
Yeah, this is kind of what I thought he would do after he gets that double kill. Just go for like the full right-click carry build. You know, not going for like a Hex or something like that. He could have completed the Bloodthorn earlier too to help his team do damage, but or AC. But instead, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna carry this 1v5. That's what the Satanic tells me, is that he wants to carry this game.
I mean, Ghost is also doing a great job here. 3-0 and 13. He's got himself a completed Silver Edge. They just don't even care. They're gonna go right over towards this tower.
And Chalice is going for an Aghanim Scepter, so they just want to push. That's what they're looking to do.
They're sending some people home. They're gonna send Meander home first. But look at these trees, man. They're doing so much damage. Coupled with Somnus here again. It's like he sees Dubu.
Oh no, Dubu.
Come here, little warlock, he says. But
he pathetically walked away. Good for him. He's got no TP. He's screwed.
Chalice does eventually go home though, because they are putting a decent amount of damage down. Dive bomb will slow him down just a little bit, but does have the Eye of the Storm active, so they'll force off the creeps and only managed to get that one tower here in the mid lane so far for RNG, but they don't seem like they're in particular any sort of a rush at this time. They have the Aghanim Scepter if they want to get it too for the Razor. He's got the gold. Zip forward from Bryle, but the Orchid coming into play. Kaka getting lifted, but he's at the snowball. Go for that chaotic offering. Bryle forced to zip out. Now they'll use the roar. They end up losing Moon Meander. They've got those fatal bonds down. Kaka taking a decent amount of damage. They're chasing after Saber Light, but they're gonna back off. Their attention now over onto Tomato. Kaka eventually falling. The X-Marks spot being placed over onto Dubu. I don't think he's getting away this time. Not with the double damage, not with that tidal wave. Zip 4 though coming out from Brian with the dive bomb over onto X-Nova. See a couple of these axes tossed out. But RNG, they're gonna back for now. Wait for the creep wave. And then probably look to finish off these racks.
And just the two supports being dead is honestly enough, just because the Braw's trying to do some fountain zipping action.
I mean, there's still there's 6 HP left over on this one Rax, but they're not too interested in it because they have the Agnum Scepter here for Chalice. They are doing so much damage to these buildings. They try to slow down Somnus a little bit. Just throw out a net, and he's just happy to stand his ground and click because, again, he does have the Aegis. He's got himself a BKB, and he's got himself a Satanic. So he will just happily sit here in your base in these little trees. So there is a couple big trees that are fighting the Nature's Prophet.
He's happy to fight him, though. It's
yeah.
That's just Satanic juice, you know? That's just giving him HP. More things to lifesteal from.
Another zip here coming out from Bryle. But again, Somnus, he just doesn't feel like he has to leave at all. And honestly, I don't think he does. Still has a minute left on the Aegis. Chalice, again, he's used the Eye of the Storm. They just rip through these buildings.
And Somnus is going for a butterfly next, too. The absolute Shad build of... I mean, it makes a lot of sense versus Naga. You have ways of taking off the Bloodthorn if it comes out. And Naga doesn't like to build an MKB, so it is a lot of effective HP and lets you actually trade with her.
Yeah, Naga does have the Scotty, but she's got to get close enough to this Nature's Prophet. It seems to be the issue. As we do see a boat tossed out, but the Force Staff forward will be able to protect Tomato. Now Kaka getting lifted here. God, the Eye of the Storm on Rubik looks like he's just farting.
It really does. I was thinking, like, is there a pudge in this game? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of cloudies.
That's a pay-to-lose Arcana, as cool as it looks. Because you get it, and it's like, you know what spell is Rubik's. It's not confusing. Yeah. The more confusing, the better, usually in Dota.
My favorite is when they reuse the same sounds.
Oh,
when they, so like the Legion, what was it? When you got that free BKB, it was still like the BKB sound or something like that.
That's true.
There were certain sounds that were always like reused, and you get confused and be like, wait, was that the BKB or was that just, you know, the use of the shard or whatnot?
Ursa in Rage looks exactly the same as the Ursa Ag shard in Rage. Mm-hmm. And the like animation on it lasts like longer than the actual Ag shard in Rage does. So sometimes he's like weak but looks strong. Yeah,
the Sand King Epicenter, or the pulse that you get too.
Yeah.
Dota can be very confusing.
That one kind of makes sense though, because it is a pulse of Epicenter, you know?
True.
So that one's like just a cool like buff to Sand King. The Ursa one's annoying. I'd complain about it way more if he was OP, but Ursa's kind of bad.
All right, there is one tower and Rax left over here in this top lane. And they're doing the best they can on the side of TSM to force them back, keep them out of this area. Moonmeander just to be careful because there is a Kunkka wandering around. Does have that sentry ward though over here on the side to protect, and the Observer. I'm curious now what the next move is here for RNG. Because the name of the game here is to stall the game as much as possible, so that way Tomato gets the big boy items that he needs. But it's proven difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he beats Somnus late game with the items that Somnus has. I mean, probably eventually he does. Somnus is going for an MKB. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the math works out. If you just sit there and man fight with Nature's Prophet, with Mjolnir on you, with MKB, like, do you clear the illusions fast enough where you can, like, man fight the Naga?
Is indeed a question. Get the X off over onto Bryle. Kaka with the Walrus punch. In comes Somnus, and the lift coming out from Umiander is enough to save him. They did go and drop the Chaotic Offering over onto Multiples. A little bit of a drag back, but they've got the Lotus Orb. Jump forward here. They'll be able to get the kill over to Kaka. They find themselves Moon Meander. They'll be able to punch him to death as now they go for the roar play. Saberlight running for his life. Dubu trying to tune. He's got this little mushroom boy chasing after him. Saberlight somehow still alive during all this, but the Song of the Siren does get used by Tomato. The zip forward coming through, just bursting that X7. Chalice is not looking too healthy either, is Somnus, but it doesn't even matter. Oh my god. They call it.